Okay.
But everything's ready to go. All right, if there's no other comments on this one, I will table this to the December meeting. And I will go into public hearing number 2, which is the proposed town budget. I'll look at the public hearing now. I do have a few comments on this. So at the Essex County Board of Supervisors meeting this week, there were some interesting comments because they're also going through their budgeting process. But I found one of the comments by the county manager kind of interesting. He had stated that the state tax cap was meant to be exceeded. There's just no way that a municipality can continue to stay under a 2% tax cap when everything else is rising. And I mean, the purpose and the goal of the tax cap is to keep municipalities in check and going really wild with their budgets. And I can certainly understand that. And the reason that the tax cap, why the comment was that the tax cap was meant to be exceeded, was the sheer fact that you can't keep your costs under that type of control. Along with that tax cap, there's another tool in that tax cap that does allow municipalities to exceed the tax cap. That is what we have done in this particular budget cycle. Another statement that he had made, which was interesting, which I said before, is any municipality that continues to use their fund balance to stay under that tax cap will go bankrupt. They'll go broke. And we don't have the kind of money that the county has, but I just saw the proposed budget. It's got a lot of decimals and a lot of commas and a lot of numbers, hundreds of millions of dollars. Just a few things that have been in our budget is, I had mentioned this in the past. We had a 6.2% inflation rate increase, 44% in our workman's comp, 11% in our health insurance, 7.5% children fire budget. So all these things have gone up. There's just no way you can stay below 2% cap. Despite these increases, the board has done a good job to either cut or reduce approximately $650,000 from the budget. So I think that's a pretty good job. It would have been much higher. I think we're like 6.9% over last year. I'm proud of what we accomplished. I think we've done a good job. It's not a crazy budget. We cut a lot out this year. So at that, I will open up the floor to public comment on the budget. Do you want to impress your teachers with some clever questions or anything? All right, if there's no other comments, I will close the public hearing on the proposed budget. And we will open up the public hearing on water sewer rates. Again, I have a little comment here. So, some people don't understand water and sewer rates and what goes into them. The water and sewer rates are determined by the cost of what it takes to provide those services. No other monies are moved in or out of those funds to pay for any other funds, like the general fund or highway fund. The revenue and the expense have to balance for water and sewer. So if it costs less or more in a given year to provide those services, those quarterly rates will adjust in accordance with that. This year, it was kind of interesting. We're reducing the number of health care plans that the town provides to its employees from 4 plans to 2. A lot of employees, some in the water and sewer department, changed their plans. Some of them took some buyouts, which significantly decreases the cost the town has to pay for their insurance. And because of that, the sewer rate actually stayed the same, which is good. But there's a lot of things that go into those rates, the cost of those, the cost of supply lines, the sewage collection costs, life insurance, workman's comp, a bunch of things that go into what those final rates end up being for your water and sewer. I don't know, anything more to say about that? So for 2024, the sewer rates will remain unchanged at $154 a quarter. The 2024 water rates will increase by $8 a quarter to $128 a quarter for district users. The 2024 water rates for Chilson and Eagle Lake contract users will remain at $112 a quarter as it was last year. And that's where we are. Any public comment on that? Open the floor to that. Nobody has questions today? It's fine. All right, if there's no comments on that, then I will close the public hearing on the water and sewer rates. And we'll go right into committee. And we'll start with airport.
Okay, we had our meeting on the 8th yesterday. We turned out. We sold 2,150 gallons of fuel last month. The airport is now open like that. Lighting, we think, has been completed, and Brian is still checking on this. 100% sure. And the sign, we got a new gate sign, or a new sign for the front. But it's only done on one side, so that's in the process of getting prepared, and then Dave and I'll put it up. We'll have it out there, hopefully before it gets too cold. And there was a lot of discussion about how to increase, FA says we have to increase the size of the airport to have more hangars and stuff like this, so there's a lot of conversation about that. And we're going to talk to Christina about come to the next meeting so we can have more details about it. Basically, that was about it. We talked about that. And one thing at a time, the fire extinguishers need to be done next year. I think they're on the list. We just got to get done on a yearly basis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should be.
They should be on your list.
Do we have a contract? Do they inspect them?
Yes.
They inspect them?
Yeah, I don't know why they're out there.
Yeah, they were inspected last year, but they'll be doing it in 24. Just want to make sure they're on the list.
I mean, it's not automatic, that they don't automatically come and
They do.
check them.
I
Yes,
think they do.
I'm on a program.
We have a contract, so that's the only thing. Just gotta make sure that happens, and that's where we're at there.
I sent Sarah an email today asking to come to our,
Oh, good.
either come or dial in or next committee meeting.
That'd be great.
Great, thank you. Building grounds, park reps.
Mine is quick.
It always is.
What's yours?
You got it, Dave?
Generator's up and running, and we had one problem in this box out here. The guy was doing some wiring down there today, and we found out the grounds were bad, so we just, they didn't follow the ground from the big main panel over, so I had to put a bar in and ground them on. And they called me, so I came down and checked. Good thing I did.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
Did you start it up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's
It's
the noise
started.
like?
Yeah.
It's actually not too bad unless you're in Sherry's office.
Oh, okay.
It's loud.
Yeah, but it's a big operation.
15 minutes.
Oh, good.
Except for every Monday morning.
Yep. What, 8 o'clock?
Yes.
When are we getting the rest of the fuel mix?
Oh, well, I called him today because I gotta have my own some too.
It's getting
He
cold.
should be this week. Because I'm getting low on myself.
I don't care about yours.
I haven't-
So did the guy from the generator come? He was supposed to come yesterday or today, and he didn't check in with me because there was a fault that happened this past Monday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was because he thought it was because of the time change.
Oh,
And he was gonna be in the area yesterday or today, and he was supposed to stop by just to check it, to make sure, but I never heard anything from him, and we're not here tomorrow.
It was a high-pitched,
Oh, very, yeah.
well, I called him when you texted me and asked me.
that was it.
And you said we were out leaving the building. He said, it's starting to be high pitch, we're gonna run.
Yeah, we don't take
So
any
I called him
chances.
and asked him, and he goes, no, nothing to worry about.
Well, Derek and Eric came up,
Yeah.
and they
They're,
got into it, and they turned it off, and then they started it up on its own, which it did start right up, so the guy was gonna come and take
they're
it.
both knowledgeable, because they got the generator
That's
down
why I
there.
called him.
They got the you went through it too, didn't you?
No, he was at
That
county,
was a
Oh,
count.
that's
and I wasn't.
Well, me and some, anyways, but They've got the generator down
Yeah.
there, so they're,
Well, I asked them to come
Yeah.
out, and I asked a few people to come out.
I know just in a few days
It's
or
gonna
so.
work properly.
I agree.
Maybe I'll, anyways.
Okay,
Maybe I'll
that's
come in
fine.
tomorrow and call them.
So it gets tested once a week, is that what you're saying?
It's an automatic.
No, automatic, automatic.
So how long is it?
Just like 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Tell Sherry to come in late every Monday morning.
It's not so bad it's better when the door is closed. When they were running the other day, the door was
Yeah.
open.
It looks like it should be. I guess it's not as bad as those jets over in Burlington, so I think we're lucky stars. Are you done?
Yep.
Okay. I want to talk about the Trestle Bridge. At our last meeting, Eric Blanchard, who's part of the Sewer and Water Department, came up to talk to us about the structural condition of the bridge. Following a public report of a poor condition of some boards on the bridge, Eric was asked to take a look and possibly do some replacement of damaged boards. And he did replace 5. And I was talking to Grant today, and apparently Grant has, the previous one has replaced 7 boards, so that's 12. Because the bridge is used by many people, including the school's cross-country team and other school children, the condition of the bridge should be an ongoing concern for the town. Moreover, the anticipated replacement of the Alexandria Bridge next year in 2024, this bridge will be the only walking route available for school children. The committee decided that a more detailed look at the Trestle Bridge must be taken and an RFP issued for more extensive needed repairs. And has that happened yet?
I pulled the file. Somebody's got to help take a look at it and draft up some plans.
Okay.
I need those costs as soon as possible. So if I can use ARPA funds to pay for it, I will. But
Okay.
by December, I've got to appropriate the funds.
Okay. So I guess I need to talk to you about this.
Well, I don't know how the 2 of us are going to do it, Joyce.
Okay.
Somebody needs to help us with the,
Okay. it's
and
been
maybe
moved.
Eric can help, I don't know.
Okay.
But let's talk about it next week.
Okay, okay, Parks and Rec. Okay, the town Christmas tree and arborist. I received a call back from a state certified arborist who lives in Wilmington. Although Southern Essex County is not part of his business territory, he agreed to come down and take a look at the Christmas tree and other park trees that are showing signs of distress. And since then, he has come down. It was a rainy Saturday, a couple Saturdays ago. And Nancy Kelly came down and joined me. We asked a lot of questions. We asked him to make to present a quote to us for a new tree, a 20-foot tree, a spruce, blue spruce. It would be placed in pretty much the same place where it is now, maybe a little bit over, a little bit more, so it's centered. And needs to be planted much deeper than we think. Although he said it's not, we can go ahead and plant where the other one was. They don't have an extensive root, but it has to be deep enough that the roots are protected.
Don't move it too far, we just put an electrical line in there.
Yeah, so that's another consideration, but I think we can work that out. There also is a maple in front of it that's very distressed and needs to come down. We need to take a look at that. I have not heard from him since. I hope this is not a bad sign. I know that Nancy went online to check some other places. When I checked online, there were only 3 certified arborists in this area, and this is the only one who answered me. I did get to talk to somebody else, but he didn't want to come up here and do it. We're too
Did he
far
say
away.
this one should be taken down? Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
bad?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can use it this year. Time is the one that's going to have to look at the bad side of it, because that's where most of the damage is, but has Hal been down to, okay, because we've got to straighten up the star at the top and make sure that the lights are working, although somebody turned them on one day and it looked like they all work, but well, that remains to be seen. And incidentally, there are presently 4 strings of lights on that tree, and there's 1,000 on each string, so that's 4,000 lights on that
You're
tree.
aware of that,
I'm very aware of that.
right? Put an each pole.
It
That's
looked
why my
beautiful last year,
fingers
it's just too
snap
bad that what you don't know probably, what I'm talking about, is the tree is diseased at the top. It doesn't have a top right now, it's sort of a set of branches up there. And if you look at the star, you can see where the problem is, because it's all tipsy-turvy. But we think that we can make it look good this year. And once you turn it on, it's dark, people are not gonna see the damage, but it'll go on much longer, we've got to fix it. And I don't know how long that tree's been here. I would assume it's probably been in the ground maybe 30 years. So it's gonna take a long time for a 20-foot tree to be, this one is between 35 and 40 feet tall. So I'm hoping I'll hear back from him. I guess I'm gonna have to call him, and I'm just disappointed because I told him to bill us because he came down as a consultant and his fee was $50 an hour, and I said that was not a problem. And he needed to either send it to you at the town address or email it to me, and I have not heard from him yet.
If you can go next door and see if she can. Nicole?
Oh, maybe she knows somebody that we don't know. But anyways, let's fingers crossed that we can get this going, because the tree needs to go in next spring if we're gonna have any success. And he said it's gonna be critical the first year that that tree is watered.
Yeah.
First year, and that's a mistake people often make. And if the ball isn't loosened up and so on and so forth, and if the planting mix isn't right, then they're doomed to not live. Beach playground, Fallon Jordan next door at Pride reported that the beach playground is almost ready for use. There are 2 metal platforms to allow handicap accessibility that are still awaiting installation. The old swing set is being repainted with a lead-free paint. Making the new play area ADA compliant has been a top priority. Playground rules will be displayed on a sign naming the new playground area, the Cooper Playground. I wish they hadn't done that. This name was chosen.
Wants to change it?
I think they've already had a sign made. This name was chosen by Pride. Nancy Kelly did express some concerns about making sure that the whole beach play area is truly ADA accessible. Although the new pieces of equipment are ADA compliant, it appears that the rest of the beach access is not. I noted that the town handicapped access needs not only to include the entrances to the beach building and the beach pavilion, but also from the beach parking lot. An ADA compliant path from the parking lot handicap parking space should run behind the 2 structures all the way to the new play area. The highway department will be asked to recommend materials for this pathway and consider taking on the construction of the path. This will be a high priority in 2024 before the beach opens. Highway will also be asked to rake the beach and remove any pieces of concrete that may still remain from the old playground equipment. And new trees for the beach were also suggested. I'm not ready to deal with that one yet. Photo kiosk along the Lachute Trail corridor. I don't know if you've ever seen them before. As you walk the trail, there's 12 signs that talk about the natural and industrial history of our town. And work on these kiosks has been completed and 11 new photo panels have been installed. This work was the result of a grant received by Pride to refresh and update these panels, displaying photographs of the town's past, especially its industrial history. The town's groundkeeping crew worked in cooperation with Pride, removing the old panels, repainting the stands, and installing new panels. Thank you, Pride and groundskeepers, for making these needed updates available for town residents and visitors. Take a walk along the Lachute Trail and you'll spot them. 20 budgets money for this year and next year. In the November and December Parks meetings, Parks and Rec Committee meetings, we will be talking about needed purchases and projects for 2024, and obviously the Christmas tree is going to be one of them. Public safety and ADA compliance projects will get high priority. Our next meeting is Tuesday, November 21st,
Okay, thanks.
8:30.
Do you want to talk about putting the trestle out to bid? Because if we wait until December to put it out to bid, then you're not gonna know any amounts probably.
So that has to
Not
be,
gonna know what.
Any amounts before Mark gets to have them.
Whatever it takes to get it done.
I mean, I'm nowhere near knowing what to put in the announcement, but I wanted to
Pride
write on
has
it.
any information from the last time.
I have all the information.
Oh,
from
you have
last
it all?
time.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I told everybody that, but, you can do a resolution, but, well, maybe at the finance meeting, we even need to word it right.
And you better make sure we got it.
Yeah, we'll talk about
So
it next
it'll be
week
on
then.
this month's finance meeting then? Okay. I'll come in and talk to you and see what we can do. And talk to you too.
Appreciate that. Okay, economic development, committee met on October 18th, minutes are attached. The next meeting on 11/15 will be used to have a special introduction and information on the solar eclipse of 2024. So if you're interested in that, attend the meeting. Chamber will be here, and we'll have another speaker that will be discussing what you can expect in the Adirondacks in 2024 for the solar eclipse. Okay, that's all I got for that. Highway?
Okay, we met on October 31st. Sal was out of town. Mitch gave a few presentations. He said they've gotten the trucks prepared for the winter, making sure everything is serviced and ready. And the sidewalks we're pouring on Morehouse today and on Lake George Avenue Thursday. Mitch also said we are working on getting the sidewalk plow fixed. Mark asked if the striping machine was working, and Mitch said he would check and see if it was operational. We still have more paving we would like to complete, but we are running out of time. We will do that when we can, if the weather permits. We adjourn at 9:26. That's it.
Municipal facility,
Yeah, we didn't have a meeting this past month. We were waiting on information to come back from our fiscal, financial advisors, which we have since received. I have sent that proposal out for them to do the evaluation between the purchase and lease of a building. I've sent that out to the committee for review and comment, and we will try to get together either in a live meeting or virtual to discuss that proposal, so we can have something for the finance committee to talk about and see if we want to proceed with that proposal for that evaluation, or if we want to take a different route. So I'm hoping to have something back by our finance meeting on that. That's all I have.
I thought the Baker Tilly proposed amount was a bit high.
Was, they, of course, the original proposal included the ability to have multiple evaluations done, if that was needed. I think the lower amount was what they thought they could do to get it finished, which was about $7,300.
Yeah.
If we can stay within that, I think that's acceptable. Of course, the more iterations we want them to do as far as financing would increase that, the more work we have to do. So I guess we'll have to make a decision on what the target is, what we want as far as how much fund balance we could potentially use as a new station, and what bond rates are, and how much we would take on loan going forward. So that's a discussion we'll have to have.
Okay, thanks. Public safety?
Okay, we met on the 31st, right after the, excuse me. Dave Burrows, Brianna gave their permit on the building department, and Chief Howard gave them, which I'll read in a minute. And Dave Burrows asked if this can be discussed at the next zoning board meeting. He stated that the concerns and asked if we want to revisit the zoning laws for the long-term battery storage needed for solar panels, knowing that they were an issue, that the equipment and the fires that were related to them. Dave said they said no, they overheat, they do not explode, malfunction, and then create a huge fire that lasts a couple of days because the fire departments don't have the equipment to extinguish the fires, and they basically just let them burn out. The police had 246 calls to service, 65 incident reports, 61 arrests, uniform tickets 69, DWI arrests 3, accidental evictions 15, and the stats are in the minutes if you want who they are. And the building department gave 12 permits, 2 orders to remedy, and that was it. No violations.
Okay, thanks. Public Works meeting was on October 31st. Minutes are attached. I really don't have anything to say about what we discussed at the meeting. It's all in the minutes. So let's move on to you. You're up.
Things are going well. I stopped and talked to James yesterday. I think he had 30 children the day before. It's a mixture of kids from kindergarten up through 5th grade. The new attendance seems to be working out well. We have a mixture of high school students as well as adults. And also sort of an even break between male and female. So I'm very optimistic that things will go well. I talked about the fact that he has to provide snacks and everything. I'm just amazed he's got it under control. He's figuring out how much you can spend a week and so on and so forth, so that the kids have snacks after school.
Yeah, I've been signing doctors.
Yeah. And he did adjust the outside playing area a little bit, because when the board passed the law, or whatever it was, the resolution to not allow traffic in that area when the kids were out. So now he blocks it off from the garage there where the county parks its vehicle, or where the senior bus is parked. There's a barrier there, and then there's a barrier over by the gate at the front of the building. So he said that it's plenty of room for the kids to use, so it's working out well. I'm very optimistic. I think he's even worked out an agreement with Silver Bay, whereas if he has a need to take the kids upstairs at any time, he can do so. And since they have the provision for dividing the room in half, that should, that's a good thing. So I'm very happy that there's a good rapport between the two programs, and that kids are signing up and showing up.
Okay, good. And the 2 resolutions there?
Yes, I sure do. I make a resolution to offer employment to Jennifer Carlton in Alexis-town as activity attendants at the rate of $14.20 per hour with no benefits.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Yeah, the applications keep on coming in, that's really wonderful.
I missed the first.
Yeah, we've got some trash there.
Oh my goodness, Ash, I'm really sorry, but it's not sitting on that. A resolution to appoint Ash Alexander as the skating rink attendant for the 2023-24 winter skating season.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
He does a good job.
He's asking about it. Careful. What do we do tonight?
All he needs is cold weather.
Seniors, are they meeting? Are they not?
Yeah, they're still meeting. They had their last meeting on October 25th at 1 o'clock at the Thai Seniors deal. They did have a guest speaker from the Alzheimer's Association, a young lady by the name of Burke Dubuque, and went over the warning signs for the seniors at that meeting. It was quite informational. They are holding bingo now, which they're going to hold in October, November and December, which is going to be the second Tuesday at 10 a.m. So they're holding bingo on those 2 days. They will have one last meeting this year, their regular scheduled November meeting, and then they won't hold another meeting until April. That's it.
All right, I have nothing on health insurance, nothing on contract negotiations. I do have one, what I'm sure is a very thrilling message from Charter. So, letter will serve notice on or about November 27th. Spectrum Northeast will launch carriage of a lifetime movie channel network, LMN, in standard definition, channel 31, 52, 56, 61 to 69, and 71 in high definition. Channel 630 on SPP Select, on the channel lineup serving your community. You all are forward to it. All right, let's move to resolutions. Okay, I have a resolution here authorizing the creation of a new account, A.0691.0 for general revenue. This is to receive funds from an escrow account. Any motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I have a resolution authorizing the purchase of belt press pump repair parts from Emmerich Associates.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the creation of a purchase order at Emmerich Associates for belt press pump repair parts. Total purchase price will be $10,992.00.
I'll move that.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right, this next one's a long one, bear with me. Resolution authorizing the following budget transfers. This first one is for funding the increased cost and contingency in general. Balance after transfers $18,083.94. We're taking a total of $3,738.67 from contingency for the items you see listed here. Community motor fuel, cemetery motor fuel, cemetery repair and maintenance, justice overtime, central communications internet, central store and general supplies, police and constable copier supplies, police constable motor fuel, police constable education and training, programs for aging motor fuel. Next group is funding the increased cost from contingency out of highway, balance after transfers $4,293.53 with $1,684.99 from contingency going to machinery, highway lubricants, equipment and tools, snow removal. Next group is funding increased cost from contingency out of sewer, balance after transfers $4,728.78, $946.05 going into those sewer districts that you see there. District 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, as well as sewer education and training, and sewer town attorney at $665. Next grouping is funding increased cost from contingency for water, balance after transfers $12,041.20 with $1,134.27 coming from contingency for water office supplies, administration, telephone, contractual, legal, and filtration plant. The next group is to transfer roost monies received to the expense line for the time program disbursement in the amount of $50,000. Next group is to transfer funds to cover increased and additional costs. General engineer, $766.97. General attorney, to the general attorney line. From youth ski programs, $868.07. To playground and recs contractual and playgrounds and rec meals. And the last part of this group is to transfer funds from capital reserve to purchase additional equipment for the skid steer in the amount of $1,673.66. No, Dave, I will not repeat this. I need a motion, please.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion on this. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next is a resolution authorizing the following budget adjustments. This is the fund accounts for the general fund balance for increase in additional cost. General dyes gasoline, $12,774.72. Street lighting, $69.06.06. Building electric, $11.99.25. Building general cleaning supplies, $19.63.02. And finance, general employee benefits at $21.85.79. Then funding account by highway fund balances to cover increased costs for highway motor fuel and highway road materials. Those amounts that you see there. Next grouping is to fund account by sewer fund balances to cover increased costs for disposal contractual, sewer electric, lab medical testing, and those amounts. And then funding account by water fund balance to cover increased costs for water, for source of supply water pump, water electric, chemicals and additives, and water pager pay. I need a motion on that.
Second.
Discussion on this. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the following interfund transfer. This is to transfer funds from general to the Eagle Lake Water Project in the amount of $2,860.75. I'll move that.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the following interfund loans to transfer funds from the general to airport pavement project until funding is received in the amount of $24,165.60.
I'll move that.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to accept the 2024 Ticonderoga preliminary budget as the 2024 Ticonderoga adopted budget.
No. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to award the annual fuel bid to Avery Energy Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution to award the annual bid for transfer station construction and debris roll-off containers to Circle LLC.
Move that.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute an engagement letter with Mastro Pietro Law Group at PLLC.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute an engagement letter with Whiteman, Osterman, and Hanna.
I'll move it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement between the town of Ticonderoga and Essex County for lease of space in the Armory Garage for county weights and measures at the rate of $1,500 per year for the period of October 1, 2013 until September 30, 2026.
I'll move it.
2013?
About 2023. Good catch. That was just to see if you were paying attention.
And is there any escalation on that?
We did not do any escalation because we didn't have an opportunity to discuss it as a group. Something we have to think about in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had asked earlier in the year if anybody had any idea what current rates of rental for similar things were getting back. So
Yeah.
This seems low.
it is low.
Yeah, we hear about all those millions of dollars.
So,
Okay. Just waiting.
Oh, I thought I moved, all right.
They did move up.
Just waiting for the.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution authorizing a letter of support to the Eagle Lake property owners for the town from the town of Ticonderoga for the study of the milfoil in Eagle Lake. The town understands invasive species have a significant impact on the environment and the local community, and Ticonderoga appreciates efforts to address the issue. So I'll move that.
And I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to adopt the changes in the employee handbook revised October 23, 2023 to reflect changes in New York State harassment policy, sick leave donation policy, and prohibited conduct.
Move that.
Second it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Let's see. A resolution to schedule a public hearing for the Chilson Volunteer Fire Department annual contract for 2024 on December 14, 2023 at 6 p.m.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Strike this next one. We already did this last month, and we're tabling the further discussion on that public hearing to December. A resolution to schedule the end of the year meeting for December 29th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Check your schedules, make sure that's good.
What day of the week is that?
It should be a Thursday.
December 29th
Correct.
is a Friday.
It's a Friday? Okay. Is it good with you? The date?
Yeah.
All right. It's not, you want to know. We can,
Okay.
can I have a motion on that?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. A resolution to accept the minutes of the October 12th, 2023 regular town board meeting, October 19th, 2023, 2024 budget workshop number 7, October 25th, 2023, 2024 budget workshop number 8, and the October 26th, 2023 finance meeting.
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I have a resolution here that's not on your list that came in late. This is a resolution to authorize prepay of the 2024 New York State Local Retirement System annual invoice in the amount of $202,557. Just need a motion.
I'll move it.
second.
Okay, discussion on that is, we just got this in today, and it was too late to get into the abstract. But if we don't pay it, Our next board meeting will occur the day after this is due. If we don't pay it, it's a fine of additional penalty of like $200 and some dollars, so this is how we're gonna handle that. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Connie, did you have anything?
Are you gonna pay the abstract?
Oh, yeah, resolution to pay the abstract.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And resolution to accept supervisor's report is submitted.
I'll move that.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Now,
I have nothing.
Can I bring up something?
you can.
Okay. I'm curious where we stand with the charging station down at the Oaks parking lot, because I see the vehicles are still charging there.
Unless somebody else has done something, nothing's changed.
How can we get something started? Because if it's costing, I mean, it's not, in the big scheme of things, $240 isn't much, but still.
Yeah, hasn't this been brought up in your buildings and grounds before?
We talked about once before, but I don't know where it starts.
I don't know who installed it, I don't know who,
Amy said you're
He
looking at
has all
all
the information on it.
why don't you approach Amy about it?
Okay, see if we can get something started, because it's just,
I don't know what it
it's
takes.
just not right to ask the taxpayers.
Yeah, I don't know what it takes to
truly
convert it,
individuals.
but I agree with you. The users of the facility should be paying the energy.
They do,
not
they
the town.
probably have to anyplace else, so.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything? We don't have an attorney tonight, so he can't say anything. Okay, public comment. Anybody have anything on any subject whatsoever? Yes, you in the back.
Evening, everybody. I wanted to sort of throw something in front of the board that I think deserves your attention. Has been, over the last year or so, some escalation in serious drug activity in the downtown area. And I know that our police department is pretty diligent there, but I'd like to see something at the board level where we adopted as a town a no tolerance policy and started to get a little bit more serious about enforcement. There's a lot of activity in and around Algonquin Street. I see, just sitting at my desk sometimes at the corner of Lake George and Montcalm, I've seen some activity go down there. We've had an escalation in the number of deaths from drug overdose, and I think it's time that at a town level we have some initiatives that address this in both enforcement and every other agency kind of way that we can possibly address this. It's going to be an issue that really affects the livability here, and as we're doing so much work to improve the town in so many other ways, drugs and drug crime ends up being what keeps us from being successful. That would be a shame.
Okay. Thank you.
Wasn't one of these two guys, was it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anybody else have anything?
Mark,
Yes.
I know you guys passed the preliminary budget tonight, which is absolutely great, but I just want everybody to know that, you know, the budget process is not an easy one. 25 years of witnessing budgets for the town, and each one is always rough. And I was able to show up to some of the, you know, the meetings over the budget, and I saw 5 sets of ears pouring out 5 sets of steam trying to find where to cut without detrimentally harming the town. And you guys did the best that you could. And I, for one, appreciate everything that all of you guys did in order to get that to where at least somewhat is. You probably have some tweaks left to go, but you know, I at least appreciate everything you were able to do. I know some stuff was cut out, some stuff was denied in order to get to that 650 figure. So at least, you know, you guys know that you are appreciated for what you were able to pull off.
Appreciate the comment, Ethan. 1851.
You don't have to tell me that.
Hey, why don't you guys stay for the whole thing?
Yes.
You missed some of our more exciting ones where people actually scream at us, but.
They
Yeah,
sat
you
too
missed all
close
the
to the
screaming
front
ones.
probably.
I'm not either.